Hello, hello. Welcome to my space. I hope you are doing well. So today we are starting with a few quotes. They all go together, obviously. So, you can be peaceful and still get angry. You can be kind and still say no. You can be empathetic and still protect your energy. You can be healed and still be triggered. You can be confident and still have self-doubt. You can be honest and still not be transparent. You can be independent and still want connection. You can be forgiving and still walk away. You can be strong and still feel weak. You can be generous and still prioritize yourself. You can be hopeful and still feel afraid. You can be spiritual and still feel lost at times. You can be growing and still feel stuck. This is a reminder that being human means being layered, complex, and sometimes contradictory. Give yourself permission to embrace your full range. So, I hope that this was inspiring to you in some kind of way. We are in a world where very often we see things in black and white, but we are human beings in a path, and so it's not about black and white, it's about being authentic, right? So, now, this being said, let's get into a reading. Let's see, what we are supposed to talk about today. Just before we start, a reminder, this is a group reading, which means that it might be for you, it might be partly for you, and it might not be for you. So please don't take on yourself a story that is not yours. You are already supposed to know what I'm talking about. I'm just here in order to give you a little bit more information, insights, or confirmation. If I'm talking about masculines or feminines, I'm not especially talking about the gender, but about the energy from where somebody is operating. So apply it however it applies to the roles in your life, and this can be past, present, or future. So, let's see. Moving, dust it off, wasting time, same shit, different day. Okay. Okay, it seems like somebody here has finally got to a conclusion that maybe being patient is not the solution, as nothing is evaluating, nothing is changing. I kind of feel that maybe this person was listening to the words, being hopeful, and they got to a place where they understand that it is not a good idea to continue to waste time, because this is kind of what it feels here, that there is no changes, that everything stays the same no matter what is said here. Kind of feel that they might feel that they have lost a lot of time, that it's time for them to explore something new. And I kind of feel here that because someone has decided to move on from a situation and simply leave it in the past, somebody might be accusing them of running away from the relationship, from issues, from all those kind of things. In a reading that I did a few days ago, the first quote was talking about the fact that sometimes refusing to have a conversation with some people, it is not running away, it is not trying to escape, it is simply being aware enough and having enough discernment and experience with this person to understand that those spaces of conversation are not a healthy exchange, but what they are, in fact, it is someone trying to control the narrative, that you never truly get to a solution, that it is truly about interrupting you, gaslighting you, trying to truly control what you should think. So it's not a healthy conversation. And when this happens, there is no reason to accept to engage in those conversations, even though those people want you to engage in those conversations, because this is the space where they feel that they could get some kind of control over you. So with this running here, I kind of feel that a person that you might be moving away from and leave it in the past because you understand that nothing is going to change there, kind of feel that they might be telling you something like you are running away, ta-ta-ti, ta-ta-ta, ta-ta-ta, ta-ta-ta. It happens, right? Some people are avoidant, some people are narcissistic, some people are running away. It is a reality, but I kind of feel here that I'm talking to the collective, and most of the time the collective tends to be too patient. I'm saying too patient because I believe that we take the time that we need, and if we are invested and if we are trying to understand and grow, there is no true element of losing time, even though we might feel that we are losing time because we might be angry about someone who has made us wait for nothing because their words were empty. But at the end of the day, I think that the time that we take very often, it might be for ourselves to feel that we have tried everything and that we can leave with a real release, right? So, this is kind of what I feel here. Too busy winning and clout hungry. So with this clout hungry, what is written, it is say anything, does anything, make shit up, dramatic. So what I feel here, it is that this card is kind of related to the fact that you might feel that you have wasted enough time in this connection, this relationship, because this person was just saying whatever was sounding good or what might have been serving them in the same time for you not to move on, to stay there. Too busy winning, I hope, considering also the place that it is that you understand that you don't need this person, right? You may have wanted this person, you may have wanted to maintain this connection, this relationship, but at the end of the day, your priority is now yourself, your growth, and investing in this. This is kind of what I feel. Fifth place for me, it is the place of the change, the test, the thing that you need to do in order to change the direction of your fate, maybe. And here it is kind of saying you need to prioritize yourself, your life path, not allow someone to confuse you in thinking that things will change when they don't. From my experience, if things would change, they would change either immediately after you have a conversation and you say to somebody that something is bothering you, something like that, then they immediately do the change. But from my experience, when somebody is asking you to be patient for a reason or another and nothing changes, chances are that if something would change, it would be because there is something that changes in the reality, which is that you get to a place where you say, you know what, I am moving on. I'm not waiting for anyone to change because this might happen, this might never happen. I'm not happy, and so I'm doing the move, right? So let's see, what else should we be aware of In this situation, you might hear the wind because there is some kind of storm today. So sometimes there is even, we can hear like the boom. Okay. Let me see if you can see all the cards. No, you can't. Here. Yes, here you can. Okay. So, we have the Five of Cups and the Queen of Pentacles. The Queen of Pentacles, stability, logic, being strategic, being feet on earth, thinking logically. Kind of feel that in this connection with this Five of Cups in the upright, you might have felt very depressed. You got to a place where you lost hope. As I already said, sadly, we often need to get to this place in order to do the changes in our life. We need to get to a place where we lose hope, where we are exhausted, we become resentful, we cannot stand what is going on inside of us and our feelings. And this is when we get to a place where we say, you know what? I need to change something because I cannot be in this energy anymore. And I kind of feel that this is a little bit what happened here. With the cups, we are talking about emotions. So I kind of feel that emotionally you started to feel totally drained and you had to think in a very logical way in order to do the right choices. It kind of tells me that emotionally you might have felt the need to fight against yourself because what you truly wanted was not to move on. It was to continue to entertain this connection. We might be talking about a love connection. It doesn't have to be. It can be family, it can be friendship, it can be work. But it is a situation where you were expecting, willing to see some kind of change. You were hopeful and you got to a place here. The Five of Cups, there is no hope anymore. There is no hope. And so you needed to be very feet on earth. Tell me more here. What should we be aware of regarding this situation? Yes, there was no give and take in this connection. Six of Pentacles in reverse. No give and take. You might have felt breadcrumbed. Maybe this person was suddenly doing something generous out of the blue, but it was kind of what might have confused you. Because when you might have thought, yeah, you know what, I'm investing here a lot and I'm not getting enough, they were suddenly doing something that might have confused you. Very often, those people are very sensitive to you and they feel when you are getting to a place of, okay, I have no air here, I'm not happy here, and then suddenly they will do something that will truly confuse you. I kind of feel that this is what happened here, and I kind of feel that you might have gotten to a place where being mentally or literally, you needed to make a list. Truly make a list in order to regain clarity about what this connection was truly bringing you. I said you might have been writing it down, making a list of plus and minus, or it might be in your mind, trying to really think in a very logical way. Facts. What are the facts telling me here? This is kind of what I feel here with this Page of Pentacles, looking at things without romanticizing them, without allowing your hope to interrupt in the interpretation of the facts. Kind of feel that you got to this place where you truly needed to put your feelings and your hopes aside, and it was essential. Yeah, absolutely, because you were not happy. There was no fulfillment in this relationship, and the only thing that might have kept you in this relationship, it is some kind of hope that something would change. But at the end of the day, it was kind of being stuck, not being happy in the present. We often say you have to see yourself in the present, right? So if, for example, we are talking about a relationship, right, a spouse, so obviously not every day is paradise. But when you already get to the place where you know that you want it to work and you are hopeful and you are doing your best, and you get to this place of truly needing to do this inner list inside of you, it kind of means something. The fact that you are getting there, that you feel this need. So here I kind of feel that you got to a place where you understood that in the present you were not satisfied, and maybe you looked behind and you realized that, when was I truly happy? When? Like calculating or observing truly in reality. And if your happiness was not in fact like what comes into my mind, maybe the best way to explain it, it is the makeup schmecks. You understand what I mean? Like, in fact, you were really happy, but those moments of happiness were in fact kind of related to some kind of release because there was something bad that happened before. I hope that I make myself clear here. Yeah, you felt stuck here in this connection. You felt that it was not moving forward, that nothing was changing. We have the Chariot in reverse, that there was no direction, it was not leading anywhere. This is kind of the feeling here. Tell me more here, please. Yeah, you needed to take here the control of the situation, observe things truly in a very logical way. I kind of feel here with this Hierophant, because with the Hierophant, it is related to tradition also, right? So we might be talking about a wedding, it doesn't have to be, but I kind of feel that at a certain moment, you needed to turn back the mirror to yourself and think, what do I really want? What kind of connection, of relationship am I truly desiring to have in my life? I kind of take this tradition as you looking back at your true desires, will, something like that. I will give an example, but it's just to explain something. Like you are in a connection with someone, and this person suddenly wants to open the connection. Yeah, if we are talking about a romantic connection. And because you want to keep this person, so you have accepted that. When in fact, it is absolutely not what you want. It's not what you want. And so suddenly you are like recalibrating, facing yourself and asking yourself, is this truly what I want? And you realize that in fact, it's not the connection that you want. It doesn't align with you. You don't feel that you are respecting yourself in this connection. Let's see, what else should we know here? I am attracted here to this travel card, and this kind of tells me that this person kind of has brought you into their desires and their world, which you might have wanted to be open-minded and tolerant and accepting, but at the end of the day you might have felt very far of your own inner home. Tell me more here, please. Yeah, you might have the feeling now that you have been betrayed, or you have betrayed yourself. It might be both, right? You might also feel both things. This is what I mean. Also that this person has betrayed you because you might feel that you wasted a lot of time, that you were hopeful, that you thought that there would be something coming out of this connection, this relationship, and at the end of the day, you feel that they betrayed you, but maybe also that you betrayed yourself, right? We have the Seven of Swords here, right? Somebody trying to get away with something. It came out how I'm showing it to you, horizontally. So it is kind of, you might have felt that there was something that was sneaky in this person, but you might have no proof of it, right? So at the end of the day, what you needed to do, it is not trying to understand what they are doing. It was being attentive to how you feel, right? Because this person might have been gaslighting you. We were talking about the fact that they might have say anything, you know, make shit up just to try to maintain some kind of status quo that was comfortable for them, right? So here I kind of feel that you might have felt that there was something sneaky, that they were trying to get away with something here, but you might have never get the total proof. But in fact, the proof was in the way that you were feeling about yourself, right? Tell me more here, please. Yeah, you had to truly here listen to your intuition. Listen to your intuition, listen to your heart space. The Queen of Cups here. I kind of feel that you saw the truth. Not in the beginning. In the beginning, you never know about the person. In the beginning, we are projecting a lot of ourselves on others. We are filling the blanks with ourselves, which is very natural. Also, in the beginning, we tend not to ask all the questions because we don't want to appear a certain way, and we say maybe this person needs time to open up. I will get my answers after, but in the meantime, we might be filling the blanks with our own hope, desires, and also who we are. We are projecting on the other who we are. So it takes time. But I kind of feel that at a certain moment, you realized, because I kind of feel here with this say anything, this anything, making shit up, it kind of feels that there was some kind of talk. You were trying to talk with them and try to move things in a healthy place, right? Because you are very intuitive. There is here awareness, there is here self-awareness, but you are very kind, very understanding, maybe too much, maybe too much. It is something that most people that are truly driven by their heart space, they truly need to learn that. Where to be empathetic, where to be understanding, and what I learned, it is the not to put myself aside, right? We need to take ourselves in consideration because we tend not to do that, right? We need to prioritize other people's comfort without considering ourselves anymore. Yeah, happiness. This is where the answer truly is. Are you mainly happy in this connection? Like, is there some kind of give and take where you are happy? Right? This card also. Yeah, here is the give and take. Tell me more here, please. Yeah, ending this cycle. Ending this cycle because you felt that it was stuck. Whatever concrete change you wanted to see, you didn't see it. And I think that you might have also understood that being in this connection was somehow blocking you from new opportunities coming your way. So you needed to end this cycle, and we have here the world, which means that you decided to end this cycle. Tell me more here, please. Yes, because I think that at a certain moment you realized, in fact, that this person, they were kind of manipulating you. They were very good with their words. They were very charming. They knew how to convince you. They knew all of that, how to do that. And so you might have felt truly that they were manipulating you into believing that at the end of the day, you would have your high level connection. Maybe they made you believe that, you know, this is how it is, this is how it's supposed to be. But at the end of the day, I kind of feel that you were more listening to them and listening to your hope than truly listening to yourself and considering yourself, what you want. Because this is what you want. What you want, it is a true partnership. Someone that you can trust their words, that when you tell them that something is bothering you, it bothers them to know that something is bothering you. And so they intuitively, instinctively want to make the changes, and they are checking with you if you are happy or not, because your happiness is truly important for them. At the end of the day, it is a question of character. Some people are this way and some people are another way, right? And it's on us to be able to see if we are dealing with someone who is truly deeply empathetic or not. If we are dealing with someone for who the words that they say are truly important, or if they just use words in order to get away with whatever situation they want to get away with. Yeah, you can see the card. Okay. Keep this vision of the kind of relationships that you want. Keep this reference. This is very, very important, the reference. And not trying to adapt ourselves to others. We adapt ourselves when we are desperate. Yeah, I love to see this. Listen, I love to see this. You took yourself out of a misery, out of misery. It was cold here. It was very, very cold for you. There might have been a lot of passion here and there, but mainly in your heart, you were feeling cold. You were feeling all the time maybe that you needed to walk on eggshells. You kind of felt that you didn't truly know what this person wanted. They said one thing, but you could feel something else. And you decided to take yourself out of this miserable place. And you opened yourself the opportunity to truly get what you deserve. A 10 of Cups, the happily ever after. I love that. I love that. Beautiful. Tell me more here, please. What should we be aware of? Yeah, this person, you realize that this person was very unfair, right? Kind of feel here that this person might have been gaslighting you, that when you were trying to have a discussion with you, they will turn everything to you. When you were trying to solve an issue, there was no solving of issue, and then when you were bringing the issue back later on, they were saying, why are you coming back to that? We already talked about that. Yes, we already talked about that, but nothing changed. So I'm not going back to something that was in the past. There is still this issue that we didn't solve, right? So they were confusing you all the time and making you feel that you were unfair to them when it was absolutely not the case. And you decided to take distance. I kind of feel that what you might have done in the beginning, it is simply stop fighting, being silent, observe, and start to accept that you needed to move on from this connection because it was not happy, not healthy. You were always expecting some kind of change. This is a huge red flag. If you are always expecting some kind of change, you need to change something within yourself, right? Or you can change something within yourself so you don't wait all the time for some kind of change, because this makes you frustrated at the end. And if you cannot, then you need to move on. Because you cannot stay in this state where you are always waiting for some kind of change. It is not fair. It is not fair towards yourself, but it is also not fair towards the other person, right? Closure, please. Yes, yes, yes. The moment you decided to stop working, investing in this connection so hard, so hard, so hard, this is when you free yourself. Listen, we have here the lovers, we have the Ten of Cups, and we have the Ten of Pentacles. This is happily ever after. This is finding your soul family. This is community, happy family. If we are talking here about your own family, right? It might be that you were waiting for change, you were hoping, you didn't want to, you might not even have considered the idea that maybe what you needed to do truly, it is to move on. But at a certain moment, you realize that it was not possible for you anymore. You were always hopeful for something that you never received, and it was very, very painful. So if it was your family, the fact that you could accept the fact that emotionally, at least, you totally needed to detach yourself, right? Because staying in this hopeful place where you were trying to work in order to change this situation, maybe make them recognize your value, for example, or see you for who you are, you understood that it was important for you to emotionally, at least, totally release. And now this leaves you space for creating your own family. And there is no more reflection of the past there, because now it is not your own self freeing this place of the family allows you to even energetically not bring your past into the new, right? They won't be able to influence in a way or another the way that you create your family. And when we are talking about family, we are talking, it can be friends also. It can be parents of friends. It can be whoever. It doesn't matter, right? We are also talking here about a legacy. So this experience here might have blocked your ability to win, to truly be in your alignment, to do what you were supposed to do, what you were meant to do. Maybe you didn't feel comfortable to be totally yourself, because maybe when you were talking about what was truly exciting to you and what you wanted to do, you were dismissed, being your family, being a relationship, being a friendship, an environment. So here you gave yourself not only the option to truly have soul connections. When we are with the Lover's card, we are talking about soul connections. People who truly align with you and who you are. People where you don't have to always try to take yourself out of their boxes, right? You opened yourself this possibility for this happily ever after, and also to truly create your legacy. You free your energy of a stuck place, and now you have this ability to create your own legacy. It's absolutely beautiful. I love it. Is there something else here? Yeah, there is something else, but it's not interesting. It is them not understanding, maybe trying to block you, maybe trying to confuse you, but at the end of the day, you know, you have turned the wheel in your favor the moment that you could see through, the moment that you regain your mental clarity and you took back control of yourself. And you didn't let them confuse you anymore. Now the burdens are with them, right? They might paint you as being mean, okay? But listen, you know the truth, right? I will leave it here. I hope that it was insightful, maybe healing. I hope to read you in the comments. Until very, very soon. Bye.